Assistance coming soon for those Barbadian mothers who collect child support through the court. A trough system continues to dump heavy showers in Barbados, and in sports, a Barbadian all-rounder gets a call-up from the West Indies selectors.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. This is the CBC Evening News. Government is moving with haste to implement a promise made to mothers who collect child support through the court system. Minister of Education Ronald Jones says they are committed to ensuring that when mothers go to collect money from the court, they're not turned away because nothing is there. He says only last week, Prime Minister Frundell Stewart instructed the ministry with responsibility for child support matters to implement the measures as soon as possible. The Education Minister says government cannot stand idly by and allow children to be the victims of war between parents.
One might argue that the state is interfering in the relationship between man and woman, but the state has to, because the state has to be responsible for the protection of all of its citizens. And if that mother, a single parent, that mother cannot get money to buy food, to provide shelter, what happens to that child? It, of course, does not take the responsible or the man responsible also for that child off the hook.
The Education Minister has dismissed the idea that physical punishment is the best method to discipline children. He made the comment at the launch of a school's essay and poster competition organized by UNICEF and the Government Information Service. The theme of the contest is My Rights, What Child Rights Mean to Me. Mr. Jones says there are some adults who are still traumatized by the physical punishment they've received as a child.
I have men today in their 50s who speak of the principal and the teacher with venom in their voices. They still remember when they were 11, 12, or 13. You know how long ago that was? That's a long time. So on one side we speak that the punishment made me who I am, and on the other side there is anger still in the bosoms of some.
Well, the head of UNICEF in the Eastern Caribbean, Violet Speak-Warnery, says the essay competition will deepen the children's understanding of their rights.
We would like to provide avenues for children and adolescents to express themselves on issues confronting them. What do children really think about their rights? And we would like to raise public awareness on the Convention on the Rights of the Child.
The police are now probing the 26th murder of the year. Dead is 40-year-old Bernadine Spooner of Syndicate Road, Bush Hall, St. Michael. She was shot near her home around 8:15 last night. The mother of 3 was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital where she died. The police are now searching for the gunman. Spooner operated the canteen services here at the CBC, and the incident has left staff in shock. Overcast skies and moderate to heavy showers have been the order of the day, and it appears the night as well, as a trough system continues to affect the area. According to the Met Office, this feature will linger over the region into the weekend, with outbreaks of moderate to heavy showers, scattered thunderstorms, and occasional gusty winds. Due to the already saturated conditions, any additional rainfall will produce flash flooding in some districts across the island. As a result, residents in flood-prone areas should continue to exercise caution and remain on alert. The Met Office says it will continue to monitor the situation, and it may become necessary to issue a flood watch or warning at any time. The deluge caused 2 utility poles at Allendale, St. Lucie to fall across the road, and the police are asking motorists in that area to use alternative roads. Residents of Western St. James are being promised an improved drainage system. It is coming from Parliamentary Secretary and DLP candidate for St. James North, Senator Harry Husbands, who is currently helping Western residents now affected by the flash flooding. He says several people in the West Coast community are complaining of damage to their homes. CBC News caught up with Senator Husband supervising a bobcat operator who was clearing away debris. He says the western community is a low-lying area where several drains are blocked by garbage, causing major floods.
We have been able to get the drainage department. Minister Law has been very instrumental. We came last week, and just a couple of days later, we were able to get the drainage department to come and clear the entire stretch for the residents right out to the ocean, actually, in the expectation or the hope that if we have any more serious rain this season, that we wouldn't have a repeat of the flooding that has occurred in the area.
Senator Husbands also says significant progress has been made and the project should be complete in a matter of days.
We have started working and finished the upper side, and we are on to the lower side, and then later we're going to go on to finish it as the outfall goes into the sea.
And construction work on the roundabout at Boarded Hall is progressing despite the raining weather conditions. When the CBC team visited the area this morning, workmen from Black Best Construction were busy plastering curbs and making preparation for the installation of lights in the roundabout. Weather permitting, drainage work is also expected to be complete in another week. Minister of Transport and Works John Boyce recently announced that the roundabouts at Coral Ridge and Boarded Hall should be complete by next month. Manufacturers in Barbados believe that the I Am Bajan campaign could greatly assist in bringing this country out of the recession. Executive Director of the Barbados Manufacturers Association, Bobby McKay, says higher sales of local products will lead to national economic growth. She says expansion of the industrial sector would lead to more jobs.
We were looking at, yes, we have 10,000 jobs in industry, but we support 30,000 jobs. We support the people who deliver the products. We don't count them. We support the people who design the labels and import the supplies and the bottles. And in total, it is 30,000 jobs. It's not 10,000 jobs. It's 10,000 working inside the plants alone. But we need to look at all of the other spin-offs, and it's tremendous.
Ms. McKay has dismissed claims by some Barbadians that products made in Barbados are inferior.
We are known for quality around the world. We're known for quality all through the Caribbean. When I see the countries that buy our products, and not just food and beverage, windows, doors, paint, they're buying it based on quality. Quality first, price second. The only time I hear that our products don't match up is right here in Barbados, and less every day. Because it's amazing, because I've been making enough noise that people stop me in the streets and tell me what they bought on, what it was better than, and they're really happy when they give me this information, and it makes me emotional. I get really proud.
Prime Minister Frundle Stewart will lead a delegation to a high-level meeting on chronic non-communicable diseases in New York from September the 19th until the 20th. Other members of the delegation will include Minister of Health Donville Innes, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Joy St. John, and Special Envoy for Non-Communicable Diseases Professor Trevor Hassel. The summit is expected to address some of the underlying factors driving the prevalence of NCDs, such as tobacco use, alcohol abuse, and a lack of exercise and proper diet. It is expected that the meeting will create or reinforce awareness in the highest level of governments around the world and draw attention to the magnitude of the problem. Against this background, Mr. Innes explained that on Monday, Barbados will start a Health of the Nation study and that the Ministry of Health has partnered with the Barbados National Registry to do this. Mr. Innes added that the study will entail going into communities and collecting information in terms of health situations, challenges, and cost.